Right, there we are. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Today we are here with the first live broadcast. We have done many broadcasts on YouTube as well as on our official pages, but this is the interview series we are going to start, and this is first one of that series we are going to have today, and I guess it will take time people to join. I can see the time is actually exact time is given 3 o'clock, but we are here little earlier, so we can just start a little bit from informal to formal, and we will keep it in both languages, Urdu and English, so everybody can understand. And you will be also having chance to ask a question in both languages. I hope that it would be fine. Right. So let's have some more people, then we can go for it. I would be so two people have joined us. So there we go. Now we should start with the introduction. Today with us is Ms.Tehmina Asghar, and she's a wonderful lady. I have come across knowing her, for last few years, and it was my request to her that please do share your experiences with the educationists as well as the youth of Pakistan.
Thank you
So
so much,
welcome back.
Ateek. Thank you for inviting me. First of all, Assalamu alaikum to everybody. And I'm really excited. And I'm really very, very thankful to you that you've given me this platform to communicate and share my experiences.
Thank you very much for joining us. And I would like to just start, with a question. If you would like to tell us about yourself, about your earlier education in Pakistan, and
Okay, I started schooling at Convent of Jesus and Mary, Lahore. और वहीं से मैंने अपना O levels किया. I did my O levels from there. And then I did my graduation from Lahore College of Women for Women. And then I did my master's from Punjab University. Then I did my teaching training degree from Bradford University. And here I am. But the thing is, I was all along working with my study and everything. So it was a bit tough, but it was very exciting. I did all this with 2 children after marriage. When I got married, I was just graduate. So I struggled after marriage. And Alhamdulillah, the best thing was my training from Beacon House, which made me the head of the school very quickly. Within 3 years, I was the junior head for Beacon House Defense Campus. And then I moved from there to grammar school. Over there, I was basically, I qualify in primary education. So my degree is in primary education. I did work for the best schools for about 20 years in Lahore. So उसके बाद फिर थोड़ा सा मैं I got a little bit of put off अमीरों के स्कूलों से. So I tried to contact an NGO which luckily came into literally my lap. मियां मंशा को सारे जानते होंगे. उनके फादर अल्लाह बख्शे शेख सलीम, उन्होंने मुझे हायर किया अपने स्कूल के प्रोजेक्ट के लिए. मुझे ले गए चूनिया, वहां भाई फेरू चूनिया है जहाँ, तो वहां पे उनका एक बहुत 3 स्टोरी बिल्डिंग थी, खाली बिल्डिंग खड़ी हुई, मुझे कहते हैं यहाँ पे आप स्कूल बना लें. So I started that project right from the scratch. Or when I left, mashallah, there were 600 students there.
Wonderful.
And I trained the teachers myself. I did the admin myself. Because NGO का आपको पता है कि इतने लोग volunteer तो करते नहीं है, पैसे से सारे होते हैं. तो टीचर्स को हम पे करते थे, बाकी सब volunteer काम था. तो I was there every day traveling from Lahore to Chunia for about 5 years. वो मेरा लाइफ का बेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस था, बिकॉज वहां पे जो चीजें मैंने देखी वो मुझे सुकून मिला कि थैंक गॉड आई शिफ्टेड टू समवेयर वेयर देयर इज रियलिटी. तो वो मुझे जो रियलिटी हिट की, तो वो मैंने 5 साल जो काम किया वो मुझे 20 साल से बहुत ज्यादा लगा अच्छा और सेटिस्फाइंग, रिवॉर्डिंग. तो दैट वाज माय बेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस. फिर मैं बच्चे थोड़े बड़े हुए, माय चिल्ड्रन वर स्टडीइंग एज वेल, तो वो दे एंड वांटेड टू एंटर इनटू यूनिवर्सिटी. दैट्स वेयर आई स्ट्रगल्ड इन पाकिस्तान कि यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पाकिस्तान में थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. मैं ये नहीं कहती एंटर होना मुश्किल है अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में विदाउट एनी. उस जमाने में अगर हम कहते कि हम लम्स में जाएं या इंजीनियरिंग यूनिवर्सिटी में जाएं, it was hard and I wanted to get out of there. Being a single woman, मेरे बच्चे, फिर मैंने, because I was a qualified teacher, I got a visa very quickly, alhamdulillah, and I brought both of my children here. उन्होंने बस यहाँ से अपनी एजुकेशन कंप्लीट की, डिग्री कंप्लीट की, और बस फिर हम फंस गए यहाँ आके. बट यहाँ आके भी आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग. मैंने काम नहीं छोड़ा. ये है कि जिंदगी में अप्स एंड डाउन्स चलते रहे, लेकिन काम नहीं छोड़ा. और उसका फायदा ये हुआ कि एवरी डे आई वाज लर्निंग समथिंग न्यू. तो बस इतनी सी है कहानी. बाकी ये है कि मैं आपको स्ट्रेंथ्स बता दूं. टीचिंग तो बहुत साल की है, लेकिन एडमिन में, मैनेजमेंट में काफी मैं रही हूँ फॉर अबाउट 10 years, जिसमें पंजाब ग्रुप ऑफ कॉलेजेस भी हैं. आई वर्क देयर एज अ प्रिंसिपल एज वेल. तो लेवल्स, पढ़ाए हुए लेवल्स मैंने सारे हैं, लेकिन मैं ट्रेनिंग मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है, ट्रेनिंग टीचर्स. सो वो हमें सिखाया गया है कि हाउ टू ट्रेन टीचर्स. और मेरा ख्याल है कि हर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट का ये टारगेट होता है कि उसकी टीचर्स ट्रेन हो. या
Right, true. बिल्कुल ठीक बोल रहे हैं.
तो ये है कि नो सॉरी. तो ये है कि यहाँ पे भी आके मैंने कोऑर्डिनेशन ज्यादा की है टीचर्स की. ज्यादातर मैंने एडमिन में काम किया है. शुरू में मैंने प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में काम किया, जहाँ पे बहुत लोग, मैंने कहा मैं देखूं कि प्राइवेट स्कूल्स का और पब्लिक स्कूल्स का क्या फर्क है. I really wanted to find that out. So I did that here as well. I was very inquisitive. So there were lots of changes कि पाकिस्तान में प्राइवेट और पब्लिक का क्या है और यहाँ पे प्राइवेट और पब्लिक का क्या है. I would really like to shed some light on that. तो बस ये है कि 2006 से मैं यहाँ पे, and I'm trying to, तुम्हें मैंने अप्रोच आपको इसलिए किया था कि if I can help sitting here in any way in education, तो जितनी भी मेरी, I'm not saying I'm a celebrity or I'm just a, superstar of education, but जितनी मुझे सिखाया गया है, I can offer that to my country, to my students in Pakistan, because मुझे लगता है कुछ मेरा हिस्सा अभी तक उधर ही है with the students.
Definitely. और वैसे भी मेरे ख्याल में a Pakistani goes anywhere in the world, still he remains a Pakistani. I remember the
वो
14th
ठप्पा
August.
तो नहीं जाता.
Definitely. I remember 14th August while I was in England. तो वो जो 14th अगस्त वहाँ सेलिब्रेट होती है, तो आपको महसूस होता है कि जो ना वाकई यू आर समवेयर
यहाँ पे तो फिर
सेलिब्रेटिंग इन
ज्यादा, हाँ
पाकिस्तान.
जी बिल्कुल, ज्यादा महसूस होती है, ज्यादा अकेलापन महसूस होता है, फिर अपनी कदर भी आती है.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. Acha, Miss, do tell us about the general concept of education. How do you see education?
एजुकेशन का ये है अतीक कि मैं आपको बताऊं इट्स अ वेरी वास्ट सब्जेक्ट। एजुकेशन जो है ये पढ़ाई नहीं जाती। ये मैं आपको एक बड़ी टेक्निकल सी बात आई वुड लाइक टू मेक इट वेरी क्लियर कि जो एजुकेशन है ना उसका कॉन्सेप्ट ये नहीं, एकेडमिक्स नहीं है सिर्फ। एकेडमिक्स जो है वो चेंज नहीं होते, साल बसाल बसाल वही होते। करिकुलम होता है, सिलेबस होता है, उसको पढ़ना होता है, उसको कंप्लीट करना होता है। एजुकेशन होती है कि आप उसको किस तरीके से पढ़ाएंगे, राइट right? जो
Right?
तरीका पढ़ाने का है वो है कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द टीचर्स एंड द स्टूडेंट्स, सबसे पहली बात। और किस तरीके से, हाउ क्रिएटिव यू कैन बी फॉर द चाइल्ड to understand the concepts. This is education. And this is why teachers need training, because teachers are very well qualified in Pakistan. I do not deny that. But जो एक क्वालिफिकेशन या एक ट्रेनिंग बीकन हाउस की टीचर को मिलती है या ग्रामर स्कूल की टीचर को मिलती है, वो इनको क्यों नहीं मिलती? वो रूरल एरियाज में टीचर्स को क्यों नहीं मिलती? एनजीओज इतना इतना पैसा लगाते हैं और इतना इतना पैसा बाहर से मंगवाते हैं, बट नोबडी, किताबें ले लीजिए, टीचरें बढ़ा लीजिए, स्कूल की स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ा ली, बट दे डोंट कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग। और एंड आई एम श्योर कि मेरे जैसे बहुत बहुत लोग होंगे जो कि ऑफर करेंगे as a volunteer to train the teachers in the rural areas. And I think that's exactly what education is about. जब टीचर को खुद तरीका नहीं आएगा तो फिर वो बच्चों को कंफ्यूज रखेगा। दूसरी बात यह है कि एजुकेशन का जो कॉन्सेप्ट हमारी मुल्क में है वो क्लासिफाइड है। उसकी क्लासेस बन गई हैं और उसमें उस एजुकेशन का पर्पस खत्म हो गया। उसकी मैं मिसाल आपको देती हूं कि जब when I came into this country, I'm not going to say that this country is very good and that is, but the thing is the difference I saw in this country was that the public schools and the private schools, they stand together. Now this is what is not happening in Pakistan. पाकिस्तान एक स्कूल ऊपर है और एक बिल्कुल ही नीचे धस के। रूरल एरियाज में उनको पता ही नहीं, nobody knows what is happening, what is the curriculum there, what is, who's managing the training, who is monitoring the teacher. तो फिर हम स्टूडेंट्स को तो ब्लेम कर ही नहीं सकते। वैसे तो हम टीचर्स को भी ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज उनको जो कुछ चीज प्रोवाइड की नहीं है वो दे कांट, यू कांट कंप्लेन अबाउट दैट। सो पाकिस्तान में प्राइवेट और पब्लिक स्कूल्स का कोई मैच ही नहीं, एंड दैट इज डिजास्ट्रस। जिस मुल्क में इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज एजुकेशन में नहीं है वो मुल्क एजुकेशन में एक्सेल नहीं कर सकता। क्वालिटी एजुकेशन, अकॉर्डिंग टू कार्ल रॉजर्स, ये जो बहुत बड़ा एजुकेशनिस्ट था अपने जमाने का, वो कहता था क्वालिटी एजुकेशन जो है वो इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज पे डिपेंड करती है। जब तक आप अपने बच्चों को इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं देंगे तो आपके मुल्क में क्वालिटी एजुकेशन नहीं आएगी। सो हमारी भी अतीक यही प्रॉब्लम है कि हमारा क्लास सिस्टम, स्टैंडर्ड सिस्टम, पता है मुझे बहुत ज्यादा I feel very sad when I look at these commercialized business class schools. This is very sad. This is very sad. And दूसरी चीज ये है कि यहाँ पे एक एटीट्यूड है कि जो छोटा बच्चा है that is the property of the government. वो गवर्नमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उसको कैसे आपने ग्रूम करना है, कैसे पढ़ाना है। हमारी गवर्नमेंट ये नहीं लेती रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, यू नो दैट। हमारी गवर्नमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले तो मतलब देयर इज नथिंग लाइक इट। वो ये देखें, गवर्नमेंट के स्कूल्स अगर एक्सेल करें और गवर्नमेंट के स्कूल्स फैसिलिटेट करें प्राइवेट स्कूल के बच्चों को भी, क्योंकि उनका स्टैंडर्ड इतना अच्छा हो, राइट, तो फिर ये
राइट,
जो एजुकेशन का मकसद है वो फिर पूरा होता है।
ग्रेट, ग्रेट। तो आपकी बात से मैं ये मतलब जो है ना वो समझ सकता हूँ कि how the difference between our education system and the British or the European education system, uh, it's the matter of opportunities. ये एक बहुत बड़ा समझ
इक्वल
लें कि
अपॉर्चुनिटीज, यस, यस,
equal opportunity जो है ना this is the turning point. इसलिए
दिस
हमारे
इज द
पास
टर्निंग।
जो we have lack of opportunities, and as you said, if teachers would not be trained, how we can expect students to be well equipped.
और मैं आपको बताऊं कि जो जब मैं यहाँ आई और मैंने यहाँ के जॉब ज्वाइन की, पहली स्कूल में जो कि प्राइवेट स्कूल था, और वहां पे लोग 40 से 50 पाउंड डे अपने बच्चे के लिए देते थे, और वो बच्चा सारा दिन उधर रहता था, तो उसकी मॉन्टेसरी, उसकी ग्रूमिंग भी करनी, उसको पढ़ाना भी। तो फिर उसके बाद मैं प्राइवेट स्कूल में गई। फर्क था, मैं ये नहीं कहती कि फर्क नहीं था। फिर जब मैं पब्लिक स्कूल में गई उसके बाद, तो द डिफरेंस वाज के बिल्डिंग जरा मुनासिब थी, रिसोर्सेज थोड़े से मुनासिब थे, लेकिन टीचर्स का एटीट्यूड और टीचर्स की एक जो कहते हैं ना कि अपनी एक होती है विलिंगनेस टू वर्क, ईगरनेस टू वर्क, वो बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सेम थी। और वो सेम क्यों थी? बिकॉज दे वर पेड वेल एंड दे वर ट्रेन्ड वेल। सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट का इतना सा हाथ है इसमें कि pay the teachers well and train them well and keep an eye on them. There should be one person in every school to keep an eye how effective everything is going, because एक चीज लागू कर देना बिल्कुल जरूरी नहीं है, उसको चलाना मुश्किल है, उसको कैरी करना मुश्किल है। मैंने 6 साल एनजीओ को कैरी किया, आई नो बहुत मुश्किल होता है, बहुत मुश्किल होता है, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि निशात ग्रुप्स जैसे जो होते हैं ना, वो एनजीओ बनाते हैं अपने टैक्स बचाने के लिए, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट। आई एम नॉट क्रिटिसाइजिंग इन इट, बट दिस इज अ
Yes,
नॉर्मल
yes,
काइंड ऑफ थिंग। और फिर वो एक लिमिट
right.
से आगे नहीं जाता, फिर इससे आगे हमने नहीं बचाना भाई, अब हम फंडिंग नहीं दे सकते। सो दैट्स नॉट द एटीट्यूड। अगर हमारे बड़ों का ये एटीट्यूड होगा तो हम क्या करेंगे? फिर तो हम वी आर नो वेयर, बट वी हैव होप अतीक, वी डेफिनेटली। तुमने मुझे ढूंढ के निकाला है, तो तुम आई एम श्योर बहुत से ऐसे लोगों को ढूंढ के निकाल सकते हो जो दूर बैठे भी थोड़ा बहुत हेल्प कर सकते हैं मुल्क को, मुल्क की टीचर्स को, मुल्क को बता सकते हैं कि इंटरनेशनली क्या हो रहा है, क्या फर्क है। पोटेंशियल बहुत है, बहुत पोटेंशियल है हमारे टीचर्स में। यू नो, आई टेल यू वन थिंग, our teachers are the best teachers in even in UK. Will you
Yes,
believe that?
definitely.
And I feel so proud because they are the teachers who are focused, who will come every day on time, and they will spend hours with learning difficulty children, special needs children, जो कि इनमें ये नहीं है इतना। हमारी प्रोफेशनलिज्म बहुत है, मैं इसीलिए कहती हूँ हमारे में पोटेंशियल इतना है, वी कैन रियली एक्सेल अगर हम नेक नियत हो तो।
राइट, बिल्कुल ठीक बोल रही हैं। और यहाँ पे ये आपके इस पॉइंट पे जो है ना थोड़ा सा मैं हाईलाइट करूंगा कि गवर्नमेंट नीड्स टू पॉन्डर अबाउट इट, दैट वी आर फेसिंग ब्रेन ड्रेन एट द लार्ज स्केल। जैसे अभी
बिल्कुल,
आपने बोला कि हमारे टीचर्स वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, दे आर डूइंग वंडरफुल, नो डाउट। आई नो अ लॉट ऑफ डॉक्टर्स दे आर सर्विंग इन यूके
सेम इज विद
एंड
देम,
यूरोप,
बिल्कुल सेम
राइट,
इज विद देम। इवन द डॉक्टर्स आर डूइंग एक्सीलेंट बिकॉज हमारे में प्रोफेशनलिज्म बहुत है।
राइट। अब हो रहा ये है कि वो पाकिस्तान इज फेसिंग ब्रेन ड्रेन एट दिस स्टेज, कि a lot of those capable people who should be serving the nation, why they are not being accommodated accordingly, so they are leaving the country and they are going serving the other
यस, ऑफ
countries.
कोर्स, क्योंकि लोगों ने
So
अपने बच्चे
government
नहीं
needs
पालने।
to take little more,
यस, यस, ऑफ कोर्स, डोंट लेट देम गो।
right, definitely,
Don't let them go like this. Cherish them and use them in your own country. हमारा यही तो disadvantage है. हमारी nurses, हमारे doctors, हमारी teachers, everybody's here. The cream stuff, the good stuff is here. And why is it here? Because they're more respected, they're more secured, and they're more supported. वो महफूज रहते हैं यहाँ पे. I'm very ashamed to say कि जो अपने मुल्क में महफूज नहीं है वो क्यों रहेगा अपने मुल्क में. और हिफाजत सिर्फ फौजी भाई नहीं हमारी करते, हिफाजत सबको चाहिए, सपोर्ट सबको चाहिए, हर प्रोफेशन में सपोर्ट चाहिए गवर्नमेंट की. तो इस तरह है कि हम, और दूसरी बात यह है कि अतीक हम जब भी बैठते हैं हम ये कहते हैं कि एक्सक्यूज मी, मैं माय कैट इज ट्राइंग टू कम एंड आई sorry about that.
No issue. She may
Sorry
join
अतीक.
us. We will welcome her.
हाँ
नहीं
तो
मैं उसको भी
है ये मेरा बच्चा. ओके जाइए. Yes, so this is the sad part of our nation कि इतना ज्यादा टैलेंट होते हुए भी हमें सपोर्ट नहीं है. That's what I think. अब तुम मुझे ये बताओ कि मैं यहाँ क्यों आ गई. 30 years I worked in Pakistan, 25 years. I started my career from Kids Campus, Salamat Academy, when at the age of 18. Right? तो शौक था, एक पैशन था कि मैं टीचर बनूं, क्योंकि हमारे खानदानों में आपको पता है ना यही होता है, या लड़की टीचर बनती है या डॉक्टर बनती है, और तो वो कुछ बन नहीं सकती. तो इस चीज में फिर मुझे इंटरेस्ट हो गया काफी टीचिंग में. फिर मैंने इसको एक्सप्लोर करना शुरू किया. द मोर आई एक्सप्लोर्ड इट, द मोर आई गॉट रियली डिसअपॉइंटेड. You know, when you see children of grammar school, Beacon House, UCL, Bloomfield Hall, तो फिर आपको बहुत बहुत फील होता है कि क्यों वो बच्चे जो इस तरह नहीं पढ़ सकते बट दे आर मोर टैलेंटेड देन दीज किड्स. व्हाई 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 अ नेशन इज लेटिंग देम बी डिप्राइव्ड. तो ये है कि हम भी कुछ कर सकते हैं, हम छोटे लेवल पे कुछ कर सकते हैं. और आई एम वेरी वेरी होपफुल और मैं बड़ी ऑप्टिमिस्टिक हूँ इस चीज में. मेरा, मैं बड़ी हमेशा से कहती हूँ कि नहीं, ये ना कहें कि आप गवर्नमेंट नहीं कर सकती तो ये हो नहीं सकता. हो सकता है. हम थोड़ी थोड़ी कोशिश खुद करें, हम खुद इकट्ठे हों, हमारे में टीम वर्क हो. एजुकेशनिस्ट्स में पाकिस्तान के लिए एक टीम वर्क हो जो कि दे लुक अपॉन द एजुकेशन सिस्टम. और वो ना पॉलिटिशियंस हो, ना वो बहुत बड़ी कोई सेलिब्रिटीज हो, वो बेसिक प्रोफेशनल लोग हों जिन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी इस चीज में गुजारी है, जिन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी एजुकेशन में गुजारी है, एंड दे नो व्हाट एजुकेशन इज. सो वी, दिस इज द ओनली वे कि खुद से स्टार्ट करें, मेक अ रोल मॉडल, मेक समथिंग आउट ऑफ इट सो दैट वी कैन पुट आवर थिंग थ्रू. दिस इज व्हाट वी डन by ourselves. We want to expand it and we need government support.
very true, very true. Here I'd like to just clear. There's a comment by James Edward Phillip that I'm struggling to understand this interview at uh, times as someone who only speaks English. Sometimes Miss explains in both languages. Sometimes what she is saying isn't translated. Right. Mr. James Edward, actually, this program was planned for uh, Pakistani people, but you're welcome. And definitely in the coming days, we are going to have it. The facility we will be definitely translating, or sometime we'll have the session with Ms. Tehmina Asghar only in English. so everybody can understand it very well. I really apologize for this, mishap, inconvenience, but I
I was
tried.
instructed to be bilingual, so I was
Right.
bilingual, but yes, okay.
Right. So definitely we will be, thanks for highlighting this point, and definitely we will try to, focus on it in the coming programs. Yes, please. Ms. Tamina, don't you think that Pakistan, as we already discussed, that Pakistan is very much capable. Pakistan has, brilliant teachers. Pakistan have wonderful minds. But one problem is there, that is the problem of management. We are lacking in management. When it comes about the salaries or the financial benefits of government teachers, believe me, the governments are doing wonderful. Right now, you can just take an example of these conditions. When the COVID-19 is going on, a lot of people, private uh, people who are private employees, they have lost their jobs. They are not on the jobs anymore, while the government ones, they are safe, they have the security. Every month the amount is coming, salaries are coming in their bank accounts, so they are safe from this side. This is the biggest thing for, a teacher to have the financial support. But the problem, as we just were trying to discuss, what is the problem lacking behind? I guess that is management system. We are not managing it very well. How do you talk about, what do you say about it, please?
Regarding your comment about teachers getting all the benefits uh, in this COVID-19, I I
Hello, can you
totally.
hear me, please?
Can you hear me now? Hello? Did we lose connection? Hello? Let's see what's
Yes, yes,
happened.
I can hear you, please.
Can you hear me?
Gigi, I can hear you.
Ha. So coming back to the
No,
management
no,
aspect.
I can listen to you. Please carry on.
Right. Coming back to the management aspect,
Hello, can
uh,
you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So आपने पूछा कि जो you just asked me that
Clearly? Yes, yes, I can hear you too.
you
Hello, could you speak, please?
हाँ जी मैं are you talking to me?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay. So we were talking about COVID-19 situation में जो the advantages which are given to the teachers and they're very well sorted by the
Let me
government.
let me add up, not only COVID-19 but generally as well. Government is trying its best to support the teachers, at least at the financial levels. But the thing is missing, that is management. Government is not asking them how they are doing, what they are doing. So your notes on this, please.
Right. Uska, the only thing I would like to say in that is that जिस तरह मैंने the way I started my thing is कि this is not about money, Atik. This is not about money. This is not about government paying the teachers. This is about what I am talking is this is about the government facilitating teachers, training teachers, making them confident to teach in the right way. That is the main thing. उनको आप 10,000 सैलरी घर बैठे दे देंगे तो उनमें बच्चों को क्या फायदा? Why? What are the children wailing from that? Here in this country, teachers are sitting at home, but they are teaching the children online at home. But we can't do that in Pakistan because everybody is not that privileged. But I'm sure we can find other ways. So the thing is, there is no concept of copying one nation's strategy into with the other nation. There is no concept of that. Every country has its own resources. Every country has its own limitations. So what for Pakistan, I'm talking about not money aspect at the moment, but please give them some knowledge. Give your teachers the opportunity to learn to teach the way of international forum. जिस तरह internationally सिखाया जाता है बच्चों को, जिस तरह पढ़ाया जाता है, please let them know this is the right way to teach. And that's where you start. When the teacher is qualified, फिर उसका अब हक बनता है. Then she has the right to earn, to sit home and earn and do whatever, enjoy all the perks the government gives them. Money is the least thing I'm bothered about right now. I know it is a very important thing, but this is not something to start with, right? We cannot change the the salary packages overnight, can we? We can't do that. So if that is happening, that's fine. We want to start somewhere to engross, to bring the education class together and use minds to make a proper agenda, to make a proper curriculum of education. Not curriculum of academics, but curriculum of education. That's what I'm emphasizing on. We need teachers, trainers. We need trainers to go into the rural areas. I can give you an example. Last year, I lost my mother, and I went to Pakistan for that. And I was very depressed after she had gone, and my helper, my maid, came in with her son, and she said that I want to put my son into the school, and I want to put him in a English medium school. So I said to him, I said to her, go on, go ahead, do it, and I will support you as much as I can. So there was a small school in a rural area. A very, very nice person had, an ambitious person had set that up. I went to the school and I got really impressed. Menika, the teachers were very well trained, very aware teachers. The Montessori was going well. And I asked the principal, I said, what is ye kya raaz hai? So he said, I talk to them every week. And I said, that's it? That's it? और उससे ये it has improved so much. He said he requested me, he said, would you like to do some training sessions with my teachers? Because he knew the importance of his teachers' qualifications and strengths and skills. So I gave them 3 days training voluntarily. But I am so happy they picked up so much कि वो आज तक मुझे feedback भेजते हैं. They give me feedback up until today that this is what you taught us and we are doing. So that's why I'm telling you everything which I went through. I did it. I'm not like firing in the air or something. This is what I did. I went into the rural areas, volunteered, and tried to teach the teachers, train the teachers of what I knew about education. They picked up like this. They are so sharp. So this is exactly my concern. Training.
Excellent, excellent, wonderful. And especially once we share personal, experience, that just matters a lot and brings the interest among the audience. I would like to know about, your point of view about the role of management in education system. What is the role of management in education system? How do you see it in context with Pakistan, actually?
In context of every country, management is the first pillar of an institution. And what we were taught was that, too many cooks spoil the broth. There shouldn't be too many people in the management. There should be 1 or 2 people in the management who should serve only in management. only in looking after the procedure, the policies, looking after every school has a policy book, right? कि यहाँ पे this can be done, this can't be done. Then they have training programs, fire drills, etc. So the management is only supposed to be there to see that everything is happening, not how it is happening. The management needs to run it smoothly, and the head of the institute or a professional coordinator who looks upon the education part has to be separate. You cannot make management team into an educationist team. Management is a separate skill. Being an educationist is a separate skill. So yes, I do think management is the most important thing, but management should not be intermingled or intervened by other things. Oh gee, we have an accountant who's a manager as well, and he's a fla as well, and he's a no, you can't. You have to have focused professionals for each field. ये मेरा point of view है कि you have management में सिर्फ there should be management people. Teaching में there should be teaching people. Principal and coordinators should be only principals and coordinators. When you overload people by giving them more than one responsibility, that's where the problem arises.
Wonderful, wonderful. Right. I would like to add up for the viewers as well. If you have any question, you may leave in the comment box, because the last 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes we'll have for the answer question. Okay, Ms.Tehmina, how do you see, we discussed about that the need of teachers training, we talked about the management, but how do you see that right now the system we are having in Pakistan, are we not only producing uh, degree holders, and we are less focusing on the skills? Now it is really very important, and you have to just elaborate that how do you see it. As I said, that mostly we are producing graduates, we are producing the degree holders. Once they go to the market, once they go to the industry, they know nothing. So there's a problem starts, that unemployment is there, because definitely an employer, especially a private company, is going to hire a person who is going to facilitate, who is going to deliver.
Okay. Yes, I do understand that. And I would like to highlight first that studying for the sake of degree, I'm not going to contest that. It's not wrong. Of course, everybody has aptitude or an attitude towards certain thing, and they want to excel in that, and that's how they do their degree. But sometimes they grow up, I need money, I have to do this degree and become a professional. But you are right, this is not the right way. This is not the perfect way to go about it, to get into an institute and just wrote the books and say, okay, degree, I've done the degree. So that is not education. I will keep coming back to what I said, because it is all connected with the teachers training. The students who learn to study just for the sake of degree. Why? Because the teacher's attitude is like that. Teachers would say to them, just read that and pass, and just learn that and you can have A+. Learn the book and you'll have A+. Because it's not their fault. The teachers are not at fault. They're not even taught what to do, how to make that degree focused attitude into a learning environment, to explore the creativity of the child. कि बच्चे को क्या चाहिए? What does the child need? What does the student excel in? For instance, मैं आपको ये बताऊं कि हमने अपनी ट्रेनिंग के दौरान कुछ चीजें figure out की थी, good teaching and bad teaching. Since you've talked about the degree attitude, I will just highlight few things जो कि हमारे मुल्क में they are not being practiced in our country. Teachers and students do not have a rapport. They do not have an understanding between each other. So if you say teaching should include exposition. Now, exposition kya hai? It's explanation by the teacher, which is not done in schools. The school gives homework, the school reads the text, the school gives the questions out of the text, and they do not know any better than that. तो वो फिर डिग्रियां, that's how what will happen. फिर दूसरी चीज होती है डिस्कशन जो मैंने आपको बताया है. फिर दूसरा होता है कि relativity. This is a very important thing, Atik. I will highlight this. Relativity. आप एक चीज पढ़ा रहे हैं, आप इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ा रहे हैं, लेकिन आप कभी भी उस बच्चे को इंजन के पास नहीं लेके जाएंगे. You will never take that child to explore that engine which he's studying about. He knows all the parts, he knows all the functions, but he hasn't seen what it does. So in our country, we lack first-hand experience, which is very important in education. I mean, we all write in our curriculums, we are teaching namaz, but do we take our children to the mosque? Do we tell them what it is? Do we ever translate Quran? Do we ever give them verses of Quran to translate and make their own analysis or what they think about it? No, this is creativity. Mind, you have to let their minds open. The teachers block their minds, block the students' mind. They restrict it. So it is only degree focused. When my child grew up and did his O-levels, he was doing accounting and he was very good in mathematics and he was brilliant. He had straight A's in A-levels and stuff. But one fine day, he came up to me and he said, Mom, I want to do music. And I said, oh my God, you just wasted my 10 years of proper education. And then I said to myself, what am I saying? So I brought him into this country because there was no music degree in Pakistan. He did his music degree in English classical music here. And the advantage of that was that he was able to be creative. He was able to explore his mind. And today, he's at the top of his job, the youngest director in the company. He works for BT, and I'm proud that he doesn't have any inhibitions. He doesn't have any unfulfilled desires. So that's what I'm trying to say. If I could provide that to my son, being a single woman in this society, I think we all can do it. I'm very passionate about it.
Excellent, excellent, very nice, very interesting. So it means that we say that wherever there is availability of proper teachers training, it means that they are able to deliver these skills. They are able to
Yes.
create that practical approach.
Yes, of course they are. And that is the key to everything. Like when we were trained, training में क्या होता है? Training में the first principle of training is to bring out the thoughts of the student, not you're not delivering. You're trying to see what your student or your whoever you're teaching has the potential for. And that's where we go down. We do not ask children what their potential is, because we don't have the facilities, we don't have the resources, we don't have the training. Aap ek school, if you go in a rural area and there's a headmaster sitting there teaching the children, do you think he will every morning he will ask the children, how was your yesterday evening, and what time did you get up in the morning, and what problems are you no, they don't do that, do they? Because they are so rushed in the finishing of the syllabus. और
very much so.
I tell you, it is training and knowledge makes things easy. Less time is consumed, time management is more effective. और जब ये ट्रेनिंग हो जाती है तो हर चीज जो है ना, इट्स एट द टॉप ऑफ योर हेड, यू आर रेडी फॉर इट. और जब आप कंफ्यूज, मैंने ये अपने साथ, आई हैव सीन दिस विद माई सेल्फ व्हेन आई वाज नॉट ट्रेन्ड. एवरी मॉर्निंग आई यूज्ड टू बी, oh, what am I going to do today? How am I going to spend 1.5 hour explaining one thing, you know? So that goes away. Like if you ask me one question, I will take an hour to answer. Just keep talking. This is what I have learned, that you need to uh, stimulate minds. Minds को आप
Agree.
stimulate नहीं करेंगे, तो if your mind is not stimulated, you're a zombie.
True, true. And this is something, whenever I have to recognize the teachers, a good teacher, so I can get it that this person is a teacher, can speak
Yeah.
very well on something. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. And how do you see about the role of career counseling in education? This
Oh,
is
that's very
something
important.
missing, and we are missing it at large because I come across with the students like we have the uh, O level, A levels, like, and also we have like ninth grade, metric, first year inter. So once you ask the students of ninth metric, they are not sure what they are doing and what they should be doing.
Do you
And the
blame
second,
them?
no, not really. Actually, the same thing I'm coming to. That definitely here is the problem lies, with the same that training system. But on the other hand side, do you see that are there some other problems too that we are not having this proper career counseling, and the students are, we are wasting a lot of talent actually. We see a lot of students if someone is good at music but not studying in music. I see a lot of students very good in fine art, but they are not studying in the same subject. Same problem is there that engineers, many of them who do not want to be engineer, but the trend is that, as you earlier said, that the girls should be going to education and medical, while for the boys, the top priority is engineering. So, how do you see the role of career counseling from the early ages?
Yes. This I will refer to some case studies which have happened in the past, or they have tried to recognize the potential in a child. कि जिस तरह when you say career counseling, career counseling cannot be done suddenly after metric or O levels or A levels. Career counseling is very technical. Career counseling needs 3 people to sit together to see where the child is going. Teachers who have taught him for more than 1 year, HR people who are experts in professions, and a counselor. These 3 people should have sit together with each student and spend an hour, and I'm sure good results come out of that. But then there is another hindrance, that a child who has never opened up his creativity during school times, how would he know what he wants to do? That's the biggest dilemma. Most of the time, I've seen 90%, the children are confused. They don't know what they need to do. यहाँ पे ये नहीं है ना. यहाँ पे, because individual attention and creativity is a part of education, by the time the child goes to O levels, the teachers know, the management know, everybody knows कि ये कहाँ जा रहा है, where this child is going. This is a combined effort of parents, teachers, counselors and HR people. This is a combined effort. ये एक बंदे का काम नहीं है. If, for instance, I was for some time an assessor of teachers, I never used to do that on my own. कि मैं जाके, you sit down and you assess a teacher, you point down. No, you can't do that. You have to talk to people around that person. How he behaves, what are his inclinations. ये चीज हम नहीं, we don't do that. Do we? We never do that. What we do is we make an office and we make somebody sit there as a counselor and he's sitting there, yeah, what do you want to do? That's not enough. You will confuse the child more. He'll be thinking, oh my God, there's another test for me. He's asking me what I should do.
Right.
No, this is a very, very compassionate and a very, very sensitive part of a human being. Okay, where is the human being inclined to? Arts, science, maths, engineering, wherever. But that is the duty of the teachers and the counselors. Don't ask the child. I never ask the child, what do you want to do? I know, I should know, and I should make him speak what he really is good at. The idea of having a counselor, when you have mental health problems, you go to a psychiatrist. What does the psychiatrist do? He doesn't tell you what to do. He makes you talk. He makes you talk and he picks up points from your discussion, from your narration. And he says, that's there. This is exactly what we need to do. The counselors need to pick up strengths and skills. It's not the duty of the student. You're sitting down, these are my skills, these are my strengths, this is what. No. This is the wrong way. That's what I think.
Brilliant.
We should have a proper, passionate environment for the student to come up with his own or her own skills. That's the only way to know what this child can excel in.
Excellent, excellent. Right. Now, all the viewers are requested, if you have any questions, kindly do share with us. It's not the first and last session with Ms.Tehmina Asghar. We will have a lot of to hear from her, and definitely we will be requesting her to come back again and again. And definitely, as she has offered her, unconditional offers to us about the teachers training, definitely we'll work on that as well, that how we can accommodate and facilitate the people. I'm very thankful to Mr. James Edward. He is attending it very well. James here says that Mr. James Edward said, I teach a community, Bradford, which is 98% Pakistani, Bangladeshi Muslims. A lot of the issues which you raise about education in Pakistan exists here in the immigrant communities. Definitely when they have migrated from here, so they take some good things with them. So perhaps to a lesser extent, but I am nodding all the way through this. The truths are universal, right? I would love to invite Ms. Asghar to visit our school in Bradford. Congratulations, you are being invited by Mr. James Edward in the first. Mr. James, I didn't get the invitation, but I would definitely come once I visit England. So he says that visit our school in Bradford when normal service is resumed. Yes, once we are back to normal, and for her to see the amazing outcomes we have been producing under the leadership of our man from Kashmir, Mr. Naveed.
Wow.
Over to you.
See, my point comes back to the same thing, that look at the potential of the people. And this Mr. Naveed could not elaborate his potential in Pakistan, could he? Because he did not have enough resources. He did not have much support. And here, his personality came out, his creativity came out, his everything came out. So this is exactly my point, Atik. Resources, training, and जब आप किसी accommodating people makes a person creative, and he उसको खुद भी पता लग जाता है. Then the person knows what they want.
Right, agree with you. So, how would you like to respond to Mr. James Edward for his invitation?
Oh, I would love to visit Bradford. My degree is from Bradford and Ilkley College. So Bradford is quite far from where I live. I live in London. So if he invites me, I can forward him my details and everything. And I would love to visit his place. And I would love to gather some information from there and give it back to you, Atik.
Yes, and I would love that, once you are there, just let me know. We can have a combined session with Mr. Naveed, Mr. James, and you.
Yes,
So we
yes,
can have,
yes. Why not?
a lot more to share and a lot more to know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, more questions, please. All who are online right now may ask more questions, and you will have the facility that somehow definitely this video would remain here, and we would try to share it on YouTube as well. If you will have some more questions after too who are not able to join us because of Ramadan is going on, so a lot of people are fasting, then getting up late, doing other things as well. So they may ask after as well. I can definitely forward your question. Thank you, Mr. James. Mr. James says, fantastic. See you both soon. Right. Thank you. And next, Mr. James says, what you are saying about the about careers is the same in our community. It means that career counseling problem is there too. It is not only here. Where I speak to parents who have not been able to develop their amazing talents because their parents have either not valued education, the role of wife was more important, or valued education with perceived economic value and security, law, medicine. This is really very, very important thing being highlighted, that the parents' own education also matters in the child's education. And then the career counseling. How do you see? I would like to respond to Mr. James, please.
Uh, so
You
you've just
can you
forwarded me the question, what are
yeah.
you saying about careers in the same as our community? Yes, I would like to comment on that. This is a total different, it's a subject which can be discussed in a whole day's meeting. And this is called coordination, support of the parents, and the connection of the teacher and the parents. Now, in Pakistan, let me assure you one thing. This is sometimes better than UK. In Pakistan, every mother sits down with their child and tries to, do whatever he's done in school or whatever her education level is. They try to help out the child. While here in this country, people don't have time for that. That's why the children come home late after schools and after. I don't know why this question is blocking my view. Is my view being blocked? Yeah, that's better. So yes, I would really like to comment on that, and plus discuss that on another occasion in a lengthy way, that the connection between parents and teachers is very important. And teachers' work become really hard if they go home and see a total different atmosphere. So in places like Atik, that Lahore and Karachi, parents are literate. Children come home, they speak to them in English, they tute them in matlab, they are like 4-5 years old and they go for tuitions, which is just not acceptable, but still they do it, they make an effort along with the teacher. My children, when they came here into this country, they had done their primary education in Pakistan, and they aced their universities because mashallah, their foundation was so good. So yes, it is the main key to success for the student to have a support of combined teacher and parent. And the teacher has to be in touch with the parent about the social activities, mental activities of the child at home. That's how you know the child. You cannot know the child unless and until you know the background of the child. So parent teacher meetings, parents supporting the children with their homeworks and with their schoolworks is, yes, very important. Or Bradford, in Bradford I can very well imagine people are when when teachers face situations when parents are not well educated, and they learn one thing in school and then they go home and they get conflicted. This confliction is very, very dangerous for a child. And some children go really suffer mental health situations. I've seen that. I've worked with children like those when they come to the schools and they see such supporting and such awareness and such confidence, and then they go home and they are beaten by the dandas, you know just
Right.
for an example. So those children are in torture, I'm telling you. And those children are very hectic and very tricky and sensitive for the teachers. They have to be very careful about those students, because they will always be conflicted in cultures, conflicted in rights and wrongs, everything. But then I'll come back to the fact of education. Education is a ground which brings everything together. So education should support the child individually, what the child needs. That's the only way you can deal with all kind of communities.
Excellent. Excellent. Very nice. Uh, Finally, I would like to have, because I'm not receiving more questions, might be later from the viewers, or you have already, explained in such a brilliant way on the topic that, most of the questions are being already answered. So, and that could be the one reason.
This is just education, because it's the same thing. You keep sometimes you keep repeating same things because it is very similar. Two, three main things are important, and then you elaborate. And yeah, I'm sure it has happened that all your questions are answered already.
Right. So, yes, and the one comment was coming when you were talking about the foundation of your children, that they were lucky to have, a trainer, teacher, trainer, mother, so who gave them,
I
a lot of
wasn't. No, no, no,
time.
no, no, no. When my children were studying, I was nothing. When I was just a Montessori teacher. I'm telling you, I did all that when my children were quite grown ups. My struggle started when in my late 30s, when my children were
What?
quite grown ups. And the other thing, it's not, I'm not trying to praise myself or praise any one style, but I have never tutored my children, never in my life. But the thing is, yes, I have given them an environment in which they could learn, which is the most important thing, which every mother can do. Even the illiterate mothers can do. Even the mothers who cannot read and write can do.
Brilliant, brilliant. This is what I was actually wanted to hear from you. That this is something, I guess, the most important thing. And I see a lot of parents, especially here in Pakistan, a lot of mothers, especially as Mr. James highlighted the point as well. A lot of mothers, they are not that much educated. The culture here, that many of them, they are married after, O levels, some are married after
Hmm.
A levels, intermediate. So, or, if somebody has done a lot of education in the traditional family, so that is BA, BA and then BA, I say, right? but
BA and
bia, marriage. In Urdu word,
yeah,
we say
okay. Yeah.
bia ho. But one thing is brilliant and really interesting to see that the mothers, they are too much focused, and here the mothers, they do try to create the environment. As you talk about the tutoring, so they are worried about that as well, how to manage it. So their role is amazing. Even I say that they are not that much educated. I'm talking about the traditional mothers. Otherwise, I see that the women education has increased in the previous years, and it's going excellently very well, because the educated mother can produce really something great, can help the child in very different ways.
Hmm.
Well, coming to the conclusion of today's program, if still somebody have the question, you may just bring in the comment box and we can answer you. So, at the conclusion, I would say that definitely every country does have the potential, but there is need of evaluating this system and then trying to upgrade the system. And when we talked about the education today, so there is their need of teachers training, because this is something from the basic. If our child is if we want our child to be excellently educated, if we want the strong foundation of our child, then we must understand the person teaching them, the person training them, the person facilitating them, the person mentoring them needs to be of that level, so he can cultivate the thing what is required to be cultivated in the required manners.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm really thankful to you, Ms. Tehmina Asghar, and I would definitely, as you can see, that this is something they say that you start. I always believe in this thing that have the first step, and then you will have another step. That in the first step we had some very good viewers, and we got Mr. James Edward Phillip as well with very very strong points and giving us the comparison of British education system. Here we are talking about the Pakistani education system. So in future we will come up with the some new topics. We will try to come up with some more ideas. We will try to have some more questions from you, and I hope that you'll be keep giving us your precious time so we can
My time is
facilitate.
always there. This is my passion for at this stage of my life. My children are grown up, mashallah, both of them work, and I have worked all my life. And I don't want to, uh, luckily, unfortunately, very fortunately, I'm not looking for a career anymore, and I'm not looking for a highly paid job right now. I'm just looking for somebody whom I can help. So,
Excellent.
yeah, that's
This is
quite an ideal situation.
wonderful, excellent, and really, I'm very, again, very happy. And as I always say, that there is a thought when you think to do something good, you must have gone through that alchemist, you know, by
Yes.
Paulo Coelho. So the divine
Yeah.
support starts coming from different ways, because your intentions are very clear, your plans are very clear. You know that you are trying to do something which can be called a holy job, because education is something. If you're helping someone in education, if you're helping someone in understanding how to think, so it means that you are serving the nation.
You
So
cannot imagine the feeling of achievements I have in life when I see my students grown up into lovely human beings and they still contact me. Uh, I was a nursery teacher, then I was a middle school teacher. So I have students all around in Pakistan. You know, when I go and visit my parents, now it's just my father. uh, sometimes you go to the malls and here and then you find they recognize you at once. You never, you have so many students in your life, they're hard to remember, but they recognize you at once and then they appreciate you and then they come and meet you and then they respect you, and that makes your life worth anything. That is your biggest reward, that this child, I was a part of his life. So yeah, it is a holy thing. Very, very holy thing.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
That's great. So, thank you very much, Ms. Tehmina Asghar.
You're most
We'll be
welcome.
definitely seeing you very soon again with
Definitely.
some more subjects, with some more
Yes,
ideas.
one, Atik, I would like to request one thing, that before we meet again, I would like you to contact, or I would like to give option to people to put questions, so that when we meet again, you have a list of questions that we spend the whole session answering those questions. That would be most helpful. I'm not an orator. I'm not a dictator. I don't want to speak all the time. I want to hear a lot, so that I can answer, or I can have anything in return to tell you about it. So it would be really good to streamline a questionnaire for me, which I have to answer.
Excellent idea. So, all who are listening, and definitely when we will be recalling and we will be uh, getting Ms. Tehmina Asghar again, I would love to have your questions so we can listen the answers, and it
Of
can be
course.
definitely the more valuable, more fruitful. Actually, today's session, let me clear, it was a journal on education just to see some of the
Informal.
points.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, informal, 50-50, informal and formal, because you made
No,
it,
but the
nearly
thing is,
100% formal.
I'm glad people in England are listening to us, so we will not be bilingual. We will try to, or if we are being bilingual, properly bilingual, saying it in Urdu and in English again.
Right, right. This can be definitely. I would
Yeah.
appreciate this thing that if it can be uh, done in the way that some things can be added in Urdu as well, and then we can. Actually, I feel myself to be in one language when it's spoken, whether it's Urdu or English. Uh, Truly, but
Teachers,
definitely.
they always are trained to be bilingual.
So definitely. So, but definitely I guess that we must be heard by more people in the next session, because this was, very well, as I was talking to you earlier on, the experimental one. We were keep struggling
Yeah,
to manage
of course.
everything, all these,
Or we can say it's an introduction.
it is definitely, it is an introduction and a wonderful introduction. And definitely, I guess
I'm
that
glad.
we will have to, thank you very much. We'll have more, questions coming in the comment box, and I'll definitely make it a proper one for the coming session, and then we can have the answers from.
I will be
So kind of
very,
you.
very pleased and happy to be a help.
So kind of you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you,
Thanks
Atik,
a
for
lot.
inviting me.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad.
Pakistan Zindabad, isn't it? जी बिल्कुल